I'm running around in a panic, like a small animal. The stress of the imminent destruction of the world. I feel like I could explode, like a small animal. The walls are closing in on me. I feel like I'm being trapped, like a small animal. I'm hanging out here with my Chinchampa brethren. I've been luring them into traps with this giant ham joint. Now, that might make more sense if they were carnivorous Chinchampas, but it doesn't seem like they actually really care. There's 80 Hunter. Whole bunch of stuff that I don't care about, and 100 league points, which is why we're here. This is my amazing outfit. It's amazing. Anyways, that's it. That's all we're going to be doing for Hunter. And now, if you look at my stats, there's one glaring problem. One singular skill so vastly inferior that it just begs to be brought in up to snuff. It's time to go back to the library. You would really think these guys would get bored of reading the same books over and over and over and over again. Maybe they have short-term memory loss or something. Anyways, look at all those rune crafting speed drops. That's what you like to see. 70 rune crafting for base level 70. 100 more league points. So that's pretty neat. Another interesting development in the library. 500 library books turned in. So that's another 100 league points. I wasn't counting on that. Didn't know that was actually a thing. Thought maybe I was done with this already. But no, 100 more league points. Out of the blue. So that's nice. I really think these spiders need to be lit on fire. Pew. Unfortunately, we are very low on charges of our tome on fire, so we'll be reverting to regular strength magics here, and unfortunately quickly. But it's always a good time while it lasts. $85 magic. Oh boy. Just wanted to get that to a nice... Well, it's not even, but it's divisible by 5, so good enough. Anyways, next up, more fighting things. But this time, nope, that's not what I want to do. With melee. Fun fact, if you're going for grubby keys, baby red dragons are a pretty good choice. They have less HP than the spiders, they're not aggressive, they're not in multi-combat, which you can that's either a good or a bad thing, depends what you're doing. And they have a better drop rate. So, I was whipping some more baby dragons, got 3 more grubby keys, and we get things, things, and things. 25 grubby chests, 50 league points. I don't even care about that stuff on the ground. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all at this point. I really like this nice convenient altar over here. Oops. 85 defense. Before we get back to the book collecting, I thought it was interesting to note that we are at 250 million experience. Now, there's no league tasks for any XP milestones. That's a bit of a shame. I feel like that would be a thing they could have done. Anyways, rune crafting. And by rune crafting, I mean book fetching. With these books, we will be getting 77 rune crafting. So now we can go try out blood rune crafting, which is, again, AFK might not be actually the right word for it, but less effort than this, which is what I'm looking for right now. It's a bit slower XP, but a lot less effort, so I'll take it. 80 rune crafting. And base level 80. So 100 and then 250 for a total of 350 league points there. Alright, now we get to try to figure out what we're going to do next. Looking through the tasks that we have left available, these two Slayer tasks that are worth 10 points each are probably not worth doing, really, but their existence as the only quote-unquote easy tasks left vexes me. So we're going to be going for completing these two Slayer tasks, starting with Aberrant Spectres. 58. Now, earlier in the Twisted League, this might have been an absolutely terrible idea. But with our current stats, it shouldn't be too bad. Also, 120 combat. Ain't that something? So we got our prayer bonus stuff on. The required nose peg, obviously. We're going to go fight some smelly ghosts. With basically maxed stats, I guess that's worth 10 league points. But if you tried to come at this with like a rune scimitar and low level stats, or maybe range would be okay, but honestly, they're level 169. 10 points is kind of silly. I guess it's more based on their Slayer level requirement. Anyways, if we take another look at our tasks, there's one left. Metal Dragons. And I had a look at the size of the tasks that Konar will assign on the Twisted League. And with that information, we're going to go for a Steel Dragons task. 22. I think that's on the high side. So we're going to be a little adventurous with our Slayer points that are soon going to be gone. We're going to cancel this and try to get a smaller number. Steel Dragons. 22 again. Oh, come on. I refuse to let this happen. And I've got plenty of points that I'm not going to do anything else with. So we're going to... If it's 22 again, I'll take it. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'll take it. Steel Dragons. 19. Fine. Fine. You know what? No. I'm pretty sure it said it could go down to like 10. And the fewer Steel Dragons I need to kill, the better. 12. There we go. That's what I like to see. This is not your typical use of Slayer points, canceling to get shorter tasks. But it's Steel Dragons. I don't really want to be there. Alright, it's also an interesting process to get to the Steel Dragons. The options are, head up this way, past the Brutal Blue and Brutal Red Dragons. Jump across an agility course while the Brutal Red Dragons attack you. Or, go down this way, past Banshees and Aberrant Spectres and Shades, which you can protect against and have a better time. Also, we don't have anti-fire protection, so that's a whole nother thing we need to worry about. That went about as well as you'd expect. Also, when I got over here, I noticed this interesting little protrusion. You can't really tell it from the map, but you can get here a different way. This is just all the fire giants. I believe this goes up to some blood velts. Around the corner this way, I think there's a weird mining outcrop here. Yeah, so you could get there various different ways. The catacombs are just a giant mess, really. Anyways, with that done, there are no tasks from the easy tier that we haven't completed. So that's pretty neat. It'd be interesting if there was some kind of meta achievement for bonus points for completing all the easy. If you go through and look at all the medium, there's so many different things, and at that point it'd be pretty difficult to get all of them done, so it doesn't really need to be a thing. Anyways. Oh, look. Runelight stuff. Yeah, it was taking some time to kill the dragons. I was repotting after every 4 dragons. It was a whole thing. Anyways, now we get to try to see what we want to do next. Maybe another Slayer task of something we haven't killed? I don't know. Time will tell. Let's keep the dragon train moving by trying to take a blue dragons task. Now, if you look at this, you might say, oh, blue dragons? That's fine. It's actually brutal blue dragons. Also, we're going to do the whole try to get less thing. We still have a few times we can do this, so 61, that's not bad. 61 brutal blue dragons. Hopefully this doesn't go too poorly. Well, this is a good development. We got some blue dragon scales, which means we now have the ability to make anti-fire potions. So now dragons can't hurt us at all, which is ideal. So now, for the rest of the dragons, we can just sit there with our potions and our prayers and just go to town. Easy game. Easy times. Blue dragons, but really brutal blue dragons. Task complete. For 50 more league points. Might as well take the final points awarding Slayer task that we can do, which is brutal black dragons. So, just a little bit stronger. And again, we're going to try to get ourselves well, honestly, I don't need a smaller number. But maybe I don't feel like doing too many. Let's see if we can get just a little bit less. Yeah, that's pretty much the minimum, I think. So, 20 brutal black dragons. Here we go. An interesting thing you can do to get to brutal black dragons easier is to go down this hole. in Novocaine. You have to unlock it from the other way first, but after that, you can just get ready to go and pop down a hole and fight these level 318 dragons. My goodness. Then, okay, based on the size of this cavern, this rope needs to be a lot longer. Anyways, there's also banking opportunities over there in the Novocaine Bank, and an altar. So you don't really need to bring prayer potions if you feel like you're up for running back and forth constantly. But I've got them, and they're going straight to the abyss in a few hours, so might as well use them, because it's less effort to just use them. 20 kills here. Should be quick. Final Slayer task completed. Brutal Black Dragons. Didn't get anything too special, but I did get 50 league points, so there's that. One thing I did get was lava scales, which theoretically could be used to make better anti-fires. But I'm never going to use another anti-fire, so I don't really care. Next up, another possible league task that I'm going to go for, but it really depends on what other people are doing. So we'll see if this actually ends up working out. Sarachnis was full of people on every world. So I'm going to throw myself at this raid and hope for the best. Fun facts, never completed a raid. So I don't even know how to start the raid. That's how much... Well, technically I have started a raid before, when I went in here to get a lockpick. But beyond that, no, I have no idea what I'm doing. So this is going to go well, obviously. Hey look, bats. So that's pretty neat. Here we go. The first room was Muted Isles, and it only took me 19 minutes. I hunted some bats and ate the bats, made a storage location, killed a whole bunch of scavengers for a bunch of stuff. It is all coming together. And by all coming together, I mean falling apart fantastically. Ooh, we got a fancy book. That's how nice. We now have a nice book. We now have an infinite pile of books. I don't know what I'm doing. That should be clear. Slight issue that I just noticed now. I am on the Arceus spellbook, so I can't use magic. And I'm pretty sure that's a requirement, so we're gonna have to leave. Also, the second one was Vanguards, so that's something. So let's see if we can figure out how to leave, and we'll come back. We're having a silly time at the end of leagues. This new raid has fish instead of bats, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see what our first room's gonna be. It's another scavenger. So that's useful. Scavenger. Food room. Very nice. Oh, I need to kill the scavenger to get an axe again. And we'll build the storage thing, and it's all coming together at the start of our second raid. Okay, here's a room I know how to do. Pickaxe. Attack the guys. Easy as. I can't kill Vasa with a rune pickaxe. I really just can't. I'm almost positive that there's been times where I've finished off the crystal, then it's walked back to the middle, and teleported me around again, like every single time. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. And I know what I'm not doing. Any more of this. I think that will be the end for our Twisted League adventures. So, let's just take a look over everything we've accomplished. I put these three... Let's just take this out. We've got the power. Not that it matters, but look at all my runes. Aren't they fancy? 5,000 blood runes. Actually runecrafted some of those, so that's pretty neat. You can see I have less low-level food because I was eating all those while I was doing master clues. I ate so many things. Got full zombie, 2 parts of another dark totem that literally doesn't matter because I already have the pet, which is fantastic. Clue scrolls are never going to get opened. Farming stuff. Ham joint, 3rd age ring. All my fancy gear. Did a lot of farming earlier. Pretty much stopped once I got to the goals I was looking for. Got some more potions that I could make, but I won't because I don't need to. Ended up with all those Vines of Zamorak. Always a good time. I think one of the clue scrolls that I was doing gave me my first ever toad flax, so that's why that's not up with all the other herbs, because literally didn't have those until the end. Got all these supplies, which I don't need, or don't have enough to be able to need. Never got the Pyromancer boots, so I didn't get points for that, unfortunately. Used up a whole bunch of my gems. Managed to get some dragon heads for those dragon tasks that we did at the end. Literally can't use them. That's too high of a magic level, but oh well. We got all kinds of clue scroll items. Looks very nice. Not many full sets of anything. Like, I guess rune T with the skirt, but besides that, not really. Almost full rune G. Almost full Addy T. It's something. Here's my everything that's not really necessary tab. We got our giant key, pure essence, crystal keys, all sorts of good stuff. That's a lot of dust runes. Extra dragonstone bracelet we didn't need. All the stuff that we could have alped if we needed to, but didn't need to. Some interesting drops from the dragons at the end there. Adamant hostas. Curiosity. I don't know the attack speed, but how does an adamant hosta compare to a rune pickaxe? For stab. 26, 29, 24, 28. So, unless it's faster, probably not. But that'd be an absolutely ridiculous thing to bring to raids. An adamant hosta. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous times. So yeah, there's plenty of money in here. Oh, for a total, 83 million. So that's neat. I guess it's time to go join the party downstairs. This is my maximum flex setup. We got all sorts of stuff we did. We got stuff from Clue Scrolls, stuff from Slayer, skilling, skill boss, something. Bossing in general. This is literally my best in slot ring. My choices for ring were, I made a ring of foraging but then used it all up, and ring of life. Because my actual ring, you can't actually wear. I'm a sword. Because I'm fancy like that. Anyways, let's go see how the party's doing. Oh, it is madness out here. I'm gonna join the line of people with the Scotizo pet. Amazing. We got adamant scimitars all over the ground. Tome of Fire, pile of coins, bronze kite shields, logs, clue scroll items. That guy's got the... This guy's still fletching. I admire his enthusiasm. But yeah, this is about what you'd expect. Ooh, he's got the Hydra pet. I think he wins. Everyone with the Scotizo pet, that's okay. Hydra pet, I think he wins. We got this anarchy going on over here. This is about what you'd expect for the end of leagues. So we're going to come back right at the end to see how many people show up for the literal countdown to the end of the world. A few more interesting things to check out before the world ends. If you talk to this guy, you can see how long you've been playing. So I've spent 14 days and 16 hours in the last 63 days. So not quite a quarter of my entire life has been spent in this Twisted League while it's available. So that's a total of 352 hours. So that's pretty neat. I'm really happy with how our stats ended up. Everything is level 80, 85, 90, or 99. At the end there, I was intentionally not making a mass of potions for the dragons in an attempt to keep it at level 80. If I had gotten to that point, I would have stopped making myself anti-fire potions, because I'm that particular about this. Anyways, another thing we can look at is high scores. This might change after the end of the league, or it might go away forever. Who knows? Let's check it now. Overall rank for total level, 1865, so that's not bad. Our best stat by rank was cooking, apparently. I don't know what we cooked after we got 99, but it got us to sub 1000 for our cooking rank, so that's pretty neat. So we can see what our worst rank was. Looks like it's magic. That's not too surprising, is it? And then defense, also pretty bad. And fire making. Even though it's our highest skill, it's one of our lowest ranks because it's very easy to do fire making. As far as actual league stuff is concerned, rank 1567. So, getting into the dragon tier requires you to be in the top 1%. Rune tier, 5%. So we decided to cut it right down the middle and get in the top 1.5%. We don't get any additional rewards besides more league points that we can buy actual rewards with. We still get the rune trophy, which is fine by me. I was never going to get the dragon trophy, and if I had gotten to that point, it would have been nightmarish to try to keep in the dragon trophy ranks. Because my goodness, did people go hard at the end here. I think it's like nearly 20,000 or something that I would need to have been in dragon. That was literally not going to happen. As far as clue scrolls are concerned, similar rank. Overall rank's a little lower than my league and clue scroll ranks because I stopped at level 80 for so many things. Realistically, I could have gotten more levels. Would not have been a problem, but would also not have been useful. 328th in mimic kills with 6. I'd say very lucky with that. Because I only did 35 clues. And we got 6 times. That's kind of ridiculous. Also, one Strategist kill was going to do more. Was full of people. And my 3 Scotizo kills, which got me the pet, which is hilarious. Anyways. Looks like everyone's calming down and not running around in a panic anymore. But they are dropping all sorts of nice things on the ground. Never got a D-hide shield. Oh well. I made myself my own D-hide shield. It wasn't as good, but it was as red as that one, so I got that going for me, which is nice. Madness. Absolute madness at the end of the world. System update to delete the entire world. Everybody's going insane. Mods are here. Pretty much what you expect. Just an absolute mess. So long! Running everywhere without a care in the world. Faster HP regen. Being able to choose Slayer tasks and farming contracts. 10 times, 20 times XP rates. Piles of stackable, fast completing glue scrolls. Also, I got a genie, so that's nice. End of the world coming up. The world has seemed to reach a singularity where there's so many people that you can't even see people further away from you. Because there's like 1,000 people that showed up for the end. What's fun is looking at all the things on the ground and all the pets that you can see, even though you can't see the people that the pets belong to. Which is pretty silly. I don't know how they managed to have things rendered this way, where you can see pets but not people. But it does make it look like a hilarious zoo, and much spam. Spamming for days. Well, not days, seconds, because this is the end of the world. I would like to thank these 1,000 people for showing up for this great occasion, where I'm going to get a little bit of fire making experience. Yeah, look at that. That's going to make the difference, clearly. And it's done. Now it's time to get rewards. Well, not now. It's literally going to be many hours from now, because this is a ridiculous time for this to be. So, later. Alright, let's get some rewards for this 350 hours we put into it. First up, trophies. I'd like some trophies, please. 6 trophies for me. We go stand over here to get a nice look at them. You got the bronze trophy, the iron trophy, steel, mithril, adamant, and rune. We don't get the dragon trophy because we didn't go that hard, but rune's acceptable. Oh my gosh, is there a ridiculous running animation with this? Yeah, kind of like the anchor. That's pretty fun. Let's look at the other rewards we get. We go into the actual shop. We see we have 17,430 points to work with. We're going to buy the horns, a blueprint, a banner, a teleport scroll, and the tier 2 fancy outfit. First up, let's take a look at this fancy outfit. Look how fancy my hat is. I'm so fancy. Not as fancy as this boy, but pretty fancy. It doesn't have any gloves or a cape. Look how fancy I am. So fancy. And then we have the twisted banner, which is a very tall thing. Look how... Is it taller than this tree? No. But just barely shorter than a tree. Now that's something. Look how much it does not fit on the equipment screen. Amazing. Got a RuneScape symbol on it. Very nice. And then we have the Twisted Teleport Scroll, which can unlock a new home teleport animation. Would you like to learn the incantation? Learn the Twistedly Home Teleport. can be toggled by right-clicking on the home teleport in your spellbook. Okay. Now we have an option of Default, Runefest, or Twisted. So that's nice. Let's just get a nice up-close look at this teleport. This is the animation that was used in the actual Twisted League itself. So you draw the twisted circle, take out your twisted book, and twisted symbol away. Nice and green. Very fancy. Next up, we got a blueprints, which changes your house. So this is my house currently. It's nothing special. If I inspect these, an estate agent can make use of them. So we're going to pop over to Falador with my fancy teleport. Run like a maniac with my fancy giant cup. Let's see if we can redecorate the house. More options. And it's only the twisted blueprints, so no additional cash required. Twisted theme, please. And a twisted blueprint. And I believe you can get this back if you change your house again, which is an interesting way to do it, but that's fine. Pop back to my house. Ooh, spooky. It's very white, black, and lime green. It's like my house is in the void. Very spooky. Definitely a different aesthetic than the other house options. Very neat. And the last reward that we got was the Twisted Horns. Going to be combined with the Slayer Helm. We have a Slayer Helm, but unfortunately, if we talk to the Slayer Master, our point tally is only 177. So we would need 1,000 to turn it into the Twisted Slayer Helm. So, since we can't actually do that right now, here's a picture. Look at that. Look how fancy it is. It's all twisted and the Twisted League colors. How fun. But we can't have nice things. Well, we've got nice things. Look at all our nice things. Look at the windows. That's pretty neat. The lack of grass is very spooky. And I can dig it. So there we go. Twisted League. Pretty fun. Glad that I didn't get myself into a situation where I needed to try to maintain the dragon rank, because that would have been ridiculous. And it was like an extra 3,000 points more than I had. So I'm happy with where we went to. And now my house is spooky. So I got that going for me. Which is nice.